Señoras, les damos la cordial bienvenida al señor presidente de la República Oriental del Uruguay, al señor José Mújica, que viene acompañado con el ministro de Ganadería, Agricultura y Pesca, ingeniero agrónomo Aguerre, junto al presidente de GCARD, profesor Monty Jones, y al presidente del consorcio GCARD, al contador Carlos Pérez del Castillo.
You are invited to take a seat, and we will now hear the President of the Republic, Mr. José Mújica.
Amigos,
Friends,
mi agradecimiento en primer término
my gratitude first
a todas las personas
towards all those
que han hecho
who have
posible
allowed
que este evento se hiciera en el Uruguay. Mi agradecimiento a mis compatriotas,
to my
intelectuales de la tierra,
people, intellectuals from my land,
que naturalmente
who naturally
tienen preocupación
are concerned
por los desafíos
about the challenges
que la época contemporánea
our times
nos pone por delante.
make us face.
Amigos,
Friends,
nos toca vivir un tiempo
we are undergoing a
en que
period
nuestra
during
humanidad
which humankind
ha decidido
has
derrochar
decided
mucho,
to waste
gastar mucho,
a lot, to waste
y
much,
ello obliga a que
and
el
this
esfuerzo sea
makes
muy
this
grande
effort be
y que los
a
hombres de
major effort,
ciencia
and that the scientists
escudriñen
scrutinize
permanentemente los
permanently
secretos de
the
la
secrets
naturaleza,
of nature,
que en última
because
instancia,
ultimately,
¿qué es
what
la
is
investigación agropecuaria?
agricultural research?
Desentrañar secretos
It
de la
is to
naturaleza,
find out the secrets of nature so they serve humankind.
ni más ni menos.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Por ello,
This is why
perteneciente a un pequeño país
I belong to a small country and
dotado de buenos recursos
we have
naturales
good natural resources,
y ubicado en una
and we are
esquina
located in a corner
importante de la última gran reserva agrícola
of
que
the
le queda a la
last
humanidad.
agricultural reserve left to humankind. That is quite important, and I feel proud for my fellow countrymen
Este evento,
to have had
que se hayan acordado del Uruguay.
hosted this event, that you have
Me siento
reminded
orgulloso
ourselves of our country. And I feel proud of the young people
que van encarando las
who
profesiones
are
agropecuarias
working
con
in
espíritu
the
científico,
agricultural field with a scientific spirit,
aquellos que gastan una
for
parte
those
de su
who
vida
spend
importante,
an important part of their lives trying to research,
que a veces no tienen
who sometimes
reconocimiento,
are not acknowledged,
que a veces
who sometimes
en nuestra sociedad es un tanto pacata que
in
apenas
our
empiezan
rather
a
backward
despertar
societies that are only now awakening
del valor que tiene la
to
investigación
the
y la
value
ciencia.
of investigation and science,
Le retachamos
are
la
sometimes
consideración
not acknowledged
que
or
merecería.
recognized as they deserve to be.
Pero a su vez,
But at
yo
the
sé
same
que hay
time, I
gente
know there are people
que representa acá el
who
mundo asiático,
represent the Asian world,
el mundo africano,
here the people from Africa also,
que están
who
representando de
are
hecho
representing, in fact,
a millones
millions
de personas
of
que luchan
persons
en la
who
tierra
are struggling
como
in the land
estrategia de sobrevivencia,
as a survival strategy,
que son nada más ni
who
nada
are
menos
not more
que la vieja lucha
or
del
less
hombre por
than
asegurar el pan como pueden
the
en
old
condiciones
struggle
muy
for
difíciles en un mundo
bread in a very difficult
que
world
teóricamente
that
tiene todos los
theoretically
medios,
has all the means
desde el punto de vista técnico
at
para
technical level to
la
overcome
tragedia del hambre.
the tragedy of
Sin
hunger,
embargo,
and
no estoy de
nevertheless,
acuerdo.
we do not agree.
Creo que el problema es
I
cultural,
believe that it is a
el problema es
cultural
esta
issue
política.
and of high
Lo que estamos
politics.
fracasando somos los políticos
It is
en el mundo,
politicians in the world who are
que no
failing
podemos convencer
because we cannot
de
convince
utilizar la enorme
and use the
potencialidad de la
enormous
tecnología
potential
contemporánea
of contemporaneous technology. So you have a double and treble effort to make, because we are wasting a lot of things. We are letting many things escape us. Look, dear friends, we are in a country that has experienced the possibility of living from our produce. I would say something additional. We are a complicated tick living from cattle. Now we begin to use other things, but this is our history. It's a history of a livestock raising country. We are now making progress in other fields. Nevertheless, at national level, this truth that really harms is not recognized by a large part of my fellow countrymen. We believe that Montevideo is all the world, and often we lack eyes to see the questions and challenges and the beauty of the environment that surrounds us in our land. We need to value ourselves, to appreciate and love ourselves. Maybe these times where humans have decided to live in gigantic megalopolis, there are many children who believe that milk comes out of a bag. That is unavoidable. We are living with these contradictions. This is our lot. Therefore, I must thank you as researchers. I must thank those who add to knowledge, and those who are not part of history but build our everyday small stories, those who are beside the glass of milk, those who are behind the food. Nothing more and nothing less than this most important thing to sustain life. On behalf of the not many researchers we do have, on behalf of an institutionality that has tried to strengthen itself and work in coordination, with great difficulties still to break with the different fragmentations we have, because the different units are not a cry for independence, but just part of a system. And where many growers in Uruguay are changing radically, but they still have thick skins in their hands that are dirty with their work. But botanists, zoologists, mechanics, all at the same time, but increasingly becoming more knowledgeable at intellectual level in relation to their work, and lead us to reflect that the future agriculture in its broader sense will be one of the most stressful professions in the world, meaning that it is increasingly complex, adding on different layers on the table, even to reach a decision. And furthermore, when we want this mindset to work at homestead level, without leaving aside those who are not entrepreneurs but are fellow countrymen and are essential in the creation of this whole set of humans behind these professions. This is why my country, that has a small scale throughout, has a lot of hope. You may know that we have 13 million cows and are only 3 million inhabitants. Sometimes we wonder what is most important in our country. Maybe we are bothering cows and sheep. However, we need to take a step forward in our culture so that our everyman understands that every spring is very important due to the amount of calves and sheep born, even if they do not know about it, personally speaking. This is our life, and that the issues of water are our life. We lack a mindset as a nation, understanding where we belong to, and that agriculture and livestock are part and parcel of this. Knowledge isn't enough if it doesn't add feeling, because ultimately, when the ideas are not strong, nobody will be aided. And a people is a long march that needs to feel. I hope that the intellectuals in the current agricultural field can contribute to suture this wound in my country and in many of the countries of the Americas, where they believe that the land professions are something of the past, something backward, because the current world is just information technology, light knowledge, and so on. And forget that all this is important, but in the end, we need a good dish of food to continue living. For those who don't know this country, I hope you have a chance to be more familiar with it. And a last recommendation: when you're old, and the time comes to rest, this is a country of refuge. This is a country where we all know each other, where we greet each other, a country that is in speaking terms, not large masses of people, a beautiful small country in which to live. And convey this to your children and to your descendants. This is one of the few privileged territories remaining in the planet, and although we do have some problems, the most important is that we like long weekends, and we hope there's a strong wind so we cannot go to work. We also have our downside, and I hope you may understand that this is a sweet and peaceful country, and that it is worthwhile to bear this in mind when we move around. Thank you.